One day it'll make sense. Till that day I gotta pay rent. You know, baby, need some new shoes. Gotta keep some dollars on the statement. Serena with the surf. Who is you what you deserve? Yeah. Who is you what you deserve? Who is you what you deserve? Yeah. Look, I feel like I should just be honest. I'm escaping traumas, trying to be the greatest, that's my promise.
Yo, what's up, YouTube? Back at you with another video on today. It's the Keeping It Raw podcast. Make sure you guys hit that subscription button, subscribe to the channel. Definitely on today, we're going to get raw. We're going to do this thing, man. We're going to go raw style today, man, because I got a couple things to get off my chest and some things that I want to say about the Lions. And I want to note this in the video. This is not a video to bash Brad Holmes because he has done a phenomenal job with the Detroit Lions. Again, let me put that disclaimer out here. This is not a video to bash Brad Holmes or Dan Campbell or the Detroit Lions organization, period. But the truth must be told, and somebody got to say it. Everybody can't walk around being a yes man and saying every move that Brad does, they love it. I love everything that Brad does. Yeah, nothing Brad does throws me off. No, I love it, man. I love the free agency. I love. Now, the draft, Brad has been knocking them out throughout the draft. His draft process, he's been doing fine. He only missed on a few picks. That's going to happen. Every team is not going to hit on every single pick or player that they draft on. I know that. I understand the game of football. I know what football is about. I know the X's and O's and everything. But at the same time, I do understand that in a game of football, you need to have dogs out on the field. It is what it is. Either you have a dog out there or you don't. We already know that Hutchinson can be even a more greater dog this season. Hutchinson, he had a slow start last year, but he killed it towards the end of the season. Ended up with 11.5 sacks. Love that. Love that Aiden stepped his game up. But now you got to go get somebody to build this roster around. I've said it a million times, and I'll say it a million more times. You got to go get somebody on this front line that's going to help Aiden Hutchinson. Now, I know that they think that DJ Reader is going to be that guy that's going to come in and deliver and help us. And maybe so, rightfully so. He may be that guy. Maybe Marcus Davenport may be that guy. I don't know. You can't go out there and put out that this is your best free agency ever when these guys haven't played yet. So it's to be determined. It's to be determined whether or not this is a great free agency for Brad Holmes. These guys got to get out on the field, and they got to produce. They got to ball out. If Carlton Davis balls out, then you can say, yeah, this was a good, solid trade. If Amik Robinson, who we picked up in free agency, goes out there and balls out, then you can say, yeah, Amik was a solid contributor to this team. Right on, Brad Holmes. You've been doing a wonderful job with this team. If those guys don't go out there and ball out and they lay an egg in the season, then you know that, we could have possibly went out there and got players that are a little bit a higher tier than the players that we got in free agency. Now, yes, I question the pickup of Marcus Davenport. Marcus Davenport, I understand that, he got a relationship with Dan Campbell and they bring in guys that they like. I understand that. Guys that they know and they may like, and they're going to bring those guys in. At the same time, if he goes out and performs well, then, yeah, he'll shut the mouth of everybody. If Davenport stays healthy, go out there, gets 9-10 sacks, we're going to be loving it because we're going to feel like Aiden Hutchinson finally got some help on the other side. He goes out there and he doesn't play that many games. He doesn't perform well in the season. Then we're going to talk about that as a fan base. The same thing that we were saying about Cam when we got Cam on the team. Cam was balling at the beginning of the season. Then towards the middle and towards the end, he started sliding a little bit in his play, and we started giving up a lot of big yards to the receivers. So that's the biggest thing. And with Amik Robinson, I don't have a problem with him. I know he's aggressive. I know that he can play, but at the same time he is undersized, so he could get torched out there by guys like Justin Jefferson and Mike Evans and and Jamar Chase and some of these good receivers in the NFL, whatever teams we're playing, he could get torched by these guys if he's covering these guys. So my biggest gripe is I'm not going to be a yes man to everything that Brad Holmes is doing. I'm just not. Especially when it comes to free agency, because I don't feel like we did our best. I would have rather take, even before I even went out to Marcus Davenport, I would have gave Leonard Floyd a call. Leonard Floyd had an excellent season with the Bills last season. I would have called him up before I called up Marcus Davenport. Now, yeah, Marcus Davenport had a great season in 2021, and hopefully he can return to that form. He had 9 sacks that season, so hopefully Marcus Davenport can be that type of dude in Detroit. The biggest thing that we can hit on in this thing with Marcus Davenport is hopefully his health will be able to carry him throughout the season and he can be productive in Detroit. If he comes out and he balls out, then definitely he's going to shut the mouth of a lot of fans. He's going to shut my mouth up and he's going to shut a lot of people's mouth up. But he comes out there and he's non-productive and we're not getting anything from him, we're going to be hot and we're going to be a little bit upset about it. Because I would rather get somebody out there that can produce and got that dog in him than somebody that doesn't have the dog. But I understand he's being responsible with the money. He's not overspending. And I understand that. And I understand that you can't go out and spend all of the money on one guy. I understand that as well. But there is some players out there that can help this team get to the next level. The Lions are trying to get to a Super Bowl and win it. That's the mind state I have as a fan. When you see your team almost make it to the Super Bowl, you don't want to regress the next following year and be a terrible team. And I'm not saying that the Lions are going to be terrible next year, because they could make the playoffs again, and who knows, they could possibly end up going to a Super Bowl. We don't know. We don't know what the future holds with the Detroit Lions next season. But what we do know is we need some dogs in Detroit. And you have to be able to build this team around Aiden Hutchinson. I've said it once, and I'll say it again, and I've said it a million times. You must be able to build this team around Aiden Hutchinson. Detroit Lions got to get more athletic up front. DJ Reader is cool. I don't got a problem with it. He's going to be in the middle. They're going to man the middle. He doesn't get to the quarterback a lot, but he can stuff the run. So hopefully this season he'll be able to get to the quarterback. Him or Aleem McNeil, either one of these guys will be able to get to the quarterback. So I'm not going to be a yes man for everything that Brad does. That's just me personally. Everything he does, I'm not going to always say I like every single move. Yeah, man. Yeah, Brad's doing a great job, man. Free agency, man. Brad nailed it, man. Brad got the players that we wanted. He got the players that he said he wanted to get. And those players are going to be game changers. And they're going to change the trajectory of our team next season. Yeah, I love it, man. Everything you do, Brad, man, I love it. Keep on doing it, man. Keep going out there and getting those lower tier players, man. Yeah, that's the way we do it, Brad. No, I'm not going to be that type of guy. I'm going to tell the truth. You got to have dogs on your team, man. You can't just have a bunch of guys on the team and be cool with that. You cannot be cool with that. Can you pay everybody? No, you can't. But you can try to negotiate to get some better talent in with the Detroit Lions. You can do that. So we'll see. It's to be determined whether or not Marcus Davenport, whether or not Amik Robertson is going to be a good player for the Detroit Lions, and whether Carlton Davis is going to be a good player, Davenport and Matthew Betts making the team and being a good player for the Lions as well. So we'll see what happens. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to be a yes man to everything that Brad does with the Detroit Lions. I'm not going to be that type of guy. I'm going to be able to look at this team and say, like, look, this is a position of need, even though I know that Brad Holmes is going to draft best player available. But you cannot afford to not draft a young, elite pass rusher in this draft this season. The draft is in Detroit this year. You have to walk away with the pass rusher in this draft. If he does not walk away with one pass rusher in this draft, I will flip my lid. I will blow my top, because that's what this team needs. They need a young cat that can come in, maybe get developed, or maybe even earn the starting position. We'll see what happens, man. At the end of the day, we're going to see if Brad Holmes really nails this thing with the draft this season. He's been doing good throughout the process with the Detroit Lions, but we're going to see if Brad Holmes really brings this thing home to roost, and that the Detroit Lions will be a better football team in 2024. So hopefully Marcus Davenport works out. I hope so. All right, you guys, I'm out of here. Until next time, peace.
One day it'll make sense. Till that day I gotta pay rent. You know, baby, need some new shoes. Gotta keep some dollars on the statement. Serena with the serve. Who is you what you deserve? Yeah. Who is you what you deserve? Who is you what you deserve? Yeah. Look, I feel like I should just be honest. I'm escaping traumas, trying to be the greatest, that's my promise. You know, I always stand on business, always been relentless. Know the trousers new and the shirt vintage. Living free of drama, still finding ways to make my own problems, chasing progress. A baddie sleeping in a bonnet, that's my favorite topic. Still searching for a goddess like the Black Madonna. It's like that, and I'm right back. For every message left on red and ones that I ain't right back. Was looking for some